Hello and welcome to episode 13 of 8-Bit Bastards, the unlucky episode. No, I just made that up. Brad said his lucky number is number 13. I'm going to plug away because Jacob likes me to plug things. We have a Facebook account. Please go to Facebook and like that, and go to iTunes and subscribe. And please leave a review because I think we only have one or two of those. So review us on iTunes. That really helps out. And of course, we have a Twitter account so you can twat us. And we would love you to go and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And of course, please check us out at 8bitbastards.com. And you have to spell out the word 8. And you'll see some new stuff there. We're adding a Flash version, some cool things there. But without further ado, joining me this evening is...
Brad.
Jacob.
Justin.
And welcome, gents. So, Brad's not going to go first. No. Jacob's going to go first, and he's going to tell us about World of Wrestling. Taints.
World of Wrestling. That'd be incredible. I want a wrestling.
He's walking around pile driving the shit out of everyone. That's what Saints Row, I think, it felt like to me. He just did wrestling moves the whole time.
I've heard that the fourth one is absolutely ridiculous. That they said that it's this porn star mentality that anything is possible.
Huh? It looks like you're in the Matrix.
Yeah.
It does. Why not?
World of Taints?
Yes, World of Taints. Tanks.
Oh, God.
So tell us about the World of Tanks.
World of Tanks, I'm playing the beta on the Xbox 360 because I didn't really care for the PC version. The way it plays is kind of like, I think it was Halo. Halo was the one where you moved your vehicle with one and you moved your cannon with the other stick, wasn't it? Or is that Mass Effect?
I think that's Mass Effect, because in Halo you had a reticle if you were driving, and that's how you moved, is you'd move the reticle and the car would follow kind of the reticle.
That's what I was trying to do, and it wouldn't work. I had to actually turn it. But it's a fairly hyper-realistic tank game, pretty much. It's free-to-play when it comes out on 360. It's on PC right now. But it's pretty cool. You got your tanks, and you can upgrade them. Right now, you get like a ton of money because it's in beta. So I'm trying to figure out how to upgrade my tank the best. Once you rank up, you can get better tanks. The gameplay is a third-person shooter, basically, and you're a tank. You have brush you can hide in. You have your reticle. You have like a sniper mode. The tank shells are very realistic, the way they drop and explode. The tanks are more powerful from the front, so you have to actually try and sneak up on people from the sides, and I believe it's capture the flag is the game type.
Okay, so you're playing, it's all PvP. There's no story mode or PvE.
Just PvP.
All PvP. And every single game is always capture the flag?
I think that's what it is. It was capture the flag or control points. Right now I'm going through the tutorials, and I played a little bit on PC, but like I said, I just didn't like the way it played on PC. So I'm trying it on an Xbox, and it is a lot better, in my opinion.
So you played both? Mm-hmm. And both are free, aren't they? Because World of Tanks is a pretty huge game.
Yes, it is. It's up there with Dota and League of Legends and Team Fortress and all that kind of stuff.
Millions of player base.
Yeah.
I've been looking forward to playing it on the Xbox. It looked, I don't know, they showed it at E3 this year, and it looked rather entertaining. I just like the idea they showed people like straight running into each other. Like, dudes just driving across the map and smacking each other. So I was like, that looks fun. I'll play that.
They're pretty intense. I got a couple of buddies that are very into it.
Average time of a match?
I think it's like a half hour.
Wow.
Jesus. See, fuck that. Like, I couldn't stand playing games that long. That's what kind of kills me with, like a match lasting like 30, 40 minutes.
I agree.
That's just too much for me.
Battlefield.
Yeah.
I did Battlefield already.
And I kind of wonder if it's like League of Legends when you're playing it. It's progressing. You're getting more powerful. You're getting better items. And I'm wondering if World of Tanks is kind of like that. Because the longer the match goes on, the more points they're taking, the more intense it's going to get, and you just don't notice the time.
And if you're playing a beta and they give you all of this money, then...
Which so far, there's nothing to spend it on.
What do you mean?
Just like the customizations aren't there. It says coming soon. The store is coming soon. So we have like a ton of money and seemingly nothing to spend it on.
The game...
Like I said, it's in beta.
Very incomplete and beta?
I guess.
Beta. The chances are none of that's going to carry over when the game launches.
Oh, of course
none
not.
of it's going to,
so that's why you can probably acquire all that money. It's in the end useless. Because once the real game comes out, it's you're not going to have it.
Speaking of betas, throw this out there. If anyone out there wants to play the Payday 2 beta and you have an HP, don't bother. It doesn't work for HPs in general.
Why?
Don't know. I have the HP, and I want to go play Payday 2, and I can't. Does not work. Doesn't start up. It's something with the HD HP cards that just doesn't work.
I can't wait for Tuesday because that's when that game comes out.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. My buddies are like, play the beta, figure out, just fix it. And it's like, it's 13th.
Man,
So none of it's going to carry over. I know I'm going to buy it.
the game looks awesome. I can't wait.
And from what they're saying, that it's above and beyond the first one.
Oh, graphics wise, it looks amazing. The only thing I'm disappointed with is they gave a better collector's edition for it for PC than they did on the console.
I thought it was the same.
Nope, different ones. So the console or the PC collector's edition is like absurd. You get all sorts of cool stuff. You still get a lot of the same in-game content, but they get the skull mask, the actual physical skull mask. We get I can't remember dude's name, the guy with the American flag on his face. Houston. We get a Houston mask.
Huh.
But I can't wait for Payday. It's gonna be the shit.
I pre-ordered it, PS3.
Yeah.
I texted Justin and I said, so what did you guys get Payday on? Because I want to play with you guys. And he said PS3, so I ordered that and Grand Theft Auto 5 the other day on PS3, both of them.
Cannot wait to play GTA 5. God damn.
I was telling Justin, I said, I'll probably play Payday 2 until GTA 5 comes out, and then I'll play that until the PS4 and Xbox One come out. Justin's like, yeah, I'll play for a little bit or whatever. He goes, you'll play for longer because you'll 1,000 gamer score it, and you'll hunt down every pigeon and all that nonsense. But
Did you guys see the? Are we mentioning game stores on here specifically?
game stores?
Yeah,
No.
big ones.
No.
They got a pretty neat promotion. One of them.
Check out the neat promotions.
Yeah.
Tell people to
Cut
Google
this
it.
out.
No. So World of Tanks, it's fun. I mean,
Yeah, it's great. It's. I mean, and like the beta is probably one of the more underwhelming betas I've ever seen, but I guess it doesn't really matter because it's just the gameplay is good. It's there. It's good. You know, I played it for, like I said, I was playing the tutorial. I didn't get too far into it. Very realistic. It's nothing like Battlefield tanks. The Battlefield tanks, the shots go straight.
More or less,
yeah. Like the tank I have right now is pretty short range, and somebody was telling me you could actually get like howitzers and just barrage areas. So that sounds like fun. There's light tanks, which are obviously fast. There's scouts for checking out areas, medium tanks, and heavy tanks. So I'm very curious at how those work. And you have the American tanks and German tanks, and you have tech trees that you have to work towards, which I believe you pay for with in-game money that you earn. And of course the game's free, so it's going to be all microtransactions. What kind of stuff it's going to be, I'm not sure. I'm assuming that, like right now, what I'm spending my money on that they gave me is camos for my tanks, emblems. On my tank at one side I have the word Firefly, and the other side Bison, because I like the show Firefly and I like him Bison. There's a bunch of words you can stick on your tank.
Never liked the show Firefly. Just gonna throw that out there.
Really? Why?
I tried to watch it, and I get the appeal, but it just wasn't for me. I watched Serenity. I've seen the movie like 9,000 times. My dad always watches it, and I'm just like, take it or leave it.
I've watched like one episode of Firefly, so we're gonna watch it on Netflix. Because there's only 14 episodes. So far, it's pretty good.
Half a day.
Then it got canceled. That's so sad.
Yeah.
Can anybody download World of Tanks, or
It's in beta, but I think it's a pretty open beta. You just have to go on the website and sign up.
and then they send you a code and you can download it to your Xbox 360?
I'd imagine they're going to want as many people playing this as possible.
So how is this going to work? You may have explained this and I may have dozed off. Just teasing. So you download it for free when it actually comes out. How are the microtransactions working in the game?
From what I remember, it's buying upgrades. I don't think it was just cosmetic. I think it's almost pay to win. I could be wrong. Like I said, I played it a bit on PC. Probably just like making it faster for you to get newer tanks and stuff like that. Buying new tanks, different. Like I said, there's different tiers of tanks.
So are there like the scout tanks, which are really, really quick, so you can maneuver behind them really fast, or there's the super heavies?
Yeah. Then they have the howitzers and all that kind of stuff.
So you kind of like, are there healing classes or anything like that? Or I mean, they're basically DPS and tanks.
I want to play a tank.
That could be the name of the game. Tanks.
Have the engineers ride with you. Hop out and fix this bitch.
Yeah, if you like playing tanks at MMOs, this is your game.
Very cool. Okay, any other questions for World of Tanks?
I look forward to playing it, that's all.
When does it come out?
I don't know. Have they said?
I think they say it's supposed to be out by the time the Xbox One comes out, because that was one of the big things for it they talked about during E3, that it's going to be free on World of Tanks World of Tanks will be free if you have a gold subscription.
Yeah, that's
That was
So-
kind of one of the. It might. So I'm probably suspecting November-ish. time.
November-ish.
Not before that, because beta, it'll probably be in beta for a couple of months.
Yeah, was it?
Couple months.
You gotta remember, November is literally right around
Yeah.
the corner.
It's
though.
3 months away.
I would think, yeah, I guess that would make a lot of sense.
That's what I would suspect to be.
If not, maybe a month or so
November
before.
time.
So you may not be playing it at all.
But World Tanks? It'll be
Yeah.
on 360 still.
Oh, it'll be on both.
Oh, yeah, I'd imagine so. If they're making it for 360, then
If it's free to play, they're going to put it on as many platforms
Yeah.
as possible.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're going to
Absolutely.
want to get their microtransaction money. You want to go next, or
Been a killing. Yeah, I'll go next, I guess.
are you sure? Okay, so Brad, tell us about Dragon's Crown.
Really awesome game. Vanillaware made it, the same guys that did Muramasa Rebirth. So it was a pretty big seller on that alone. Got the game, and it is amazing. You get, I want to say, 6 different characters you can choose from. You get a dwarf, champion, Amazon, mage, sorcerer, and an elf ranger.
What's the difference between a mage and a sorcerer?
Female, male. That, and I think they have a different handful of spells. Like, I know the female sorceress, she conjures, she's got big ass titties, but she conjures, like, if you walk up on a pile of bones that you could pick up in the game, she can conjure a skeleton out of it.
She
And
likes the
maid
bone?
or the wizard, yeah. The wizard, if you walk up on any boxes, you can turn them into wooden puppets. You can make little puppet wood casket guys out of it. Really awesome. I started the game, though. I made an Amazon. Was my first character. I got the name Xena Warrior Princess. Yeah, son. It's badass. But my biggest gripe with the game, and it's my only gripe with the title, is that it requires you to play at least 7 hours of the game before unlocking multiplayer, which was kind of heartbreaking because I just wanted to kind of just jump into the multiplayer. But as you're playing the game, each mission you do, you unlock, as you do the first like 9-10 missions, it teaches you another aspect of the game. Like, it adds the runes into it. It adds this into it. It adds picking up bones and resurrecting people. It adds quests. It gives you the option of going back. It unlocks the stables. When you actually beat the game one playthrough, you unlock the Coliseum, so you can actually just go do actual PvP, which I haven't done yet. I'm going to go do some PvP probably tonight. The gist of the story is you're an adventurer in this town, and it's more or less you get sent on all these stupid little quests to recover the Dragon's Crown to help the royal family pretty much stay in power and fight off the dragons. The only other downside is it only has about 10 levels in the game. But there's multiple ways that you can do each level. Like, there are things that I found today playing the game that I didn't know like earlier in the week. Like, there's art room, like there's a wall painting if you walk up and click on it. Because when you're playing, I guess I should break down the controls a little bit before I go any further. When you're walking, you can use either the D-pad or the left stick. You can switch it up, whichever you want to use. I prefer D-pad because it's harder to jab the left stick twice to run.
Let's clarify real quick. Dragon's Crown is on the Vita
PlayStation 3
and
and the
PlayStation 3.
Yes.
You are playing...
PlayStation 3.
Okay.
Graphic-wise, there looks to be no difference. So.
Okay. So go back to the controls, sorry.
But control-wise, you can use either the thumbstick or D-pad. I chose D-pad. Whichever one you don't use is your item setup. You span left or right, and it selects the items. You press down on the stick, not like in, but literally push the direction down, and you use the item. There's also a hotkey system where if you press up, you have 4 buttons that are 4 hotkeyed items that if you hit triangle, square, X, or circle, you'll use them on the fly. I find using the inventory swap thing really fast just as efficient because it works out of your bag and how you can set up. You can set your bag up how you want it, so you can set all your items to perfectly follow each other. So it's not too bad. But the right stick controls a hand that pops up on the screen. And this hand you use to... There's a thief with you the whole time named Ranny. And Ranny is there to unlock doors and chests and pick up stupid little items that you can't really pick up necessarily. And you use this hand to click. If there's a door that's locked, you take this hand with the right stick, you click on it, and Ranny will walk over and unlock the door while you're battling stuff. Kind of aggravating, but once you get the feel for it, you're using the right hand while you're in the middle of combat, and you don't even realize it. But he unlocks chests, like I said, unlocks doors, all that stuff. He's more or less your horse. Like, he's your mule. Like, he's literally your pack mule. Like, he carries everything.
Why is he following you? Does it ever say?
Well, it tells you in the beginning when you do the tutorial that you guys came across each other in temple ruins, and he's really weak, and you don't know how to unlock stuff. So there's kind of a mutual gain from each of it. Like, he wants to go and loot these places, but he can't go and physically do it. But you can't get into them, so you kind of need each other. And it tells you that at the beginning, but it really doesn't give you any more of a breakdown than that, other than it's just mutual gain. But once you play through the game, you run through the stories. The first playthrough, you go A route. which, like I said, there's 2 routes every mission. And the A route is usually the easier of the bosses. First mission, you fight a Harpy. A couple missions into it, you fight a Minotaur. A couple missions into that, you fight a Dark Mage. All sorts of craziness. The combats are really fluid. It's fast-paced. It is literally like playing Golden Axe on steroids. And the artwork is just, so beautiful. It is very perverse. They did not hold back on making boobies big and asses fat. And it is literally like a rap video. It's pretty awesome.
Jesus Christ.
Aside from the perverted artwork, which I could see some people kind of being deterred from, the game, it plays incredibly smooth. When you actually unlock the multiplayer, which is when you can do the first 10 levels of the game, you unlock multiplayer because you're usually about level 15, 16, so they've explained all the physics behind everything, so you have a firm grasp of what you're doing. Then you have to go back and redo all the levels and go to B routes, and the B routes unlock the talismans. Once you get all 9 talismans, then you have to fight the main dragon. Upon doing this, you do all that, you fight the main dragon, it unlocks, you go to the next difficulty. Remind you, this is made by Atlas, or I think I'm saying their names right, or something like that, Atlas or something like that. They do a lot of the really obscure, like the Persona games and stuff like that. So they're the guys that do Dark Souls on, so they're really hardcore, grindcore, and like leveled up harder difficulty games. When you do the next difficulty, which I just unlocked last night with my Amazon, everything bumps up to hard. Like the first level, the Harpy, which when the first time you come across, it's like level 15 requirement, like minimum to beat the Harpy. She's level 43 on hard. I was 34 when I went into hard mode. So fighting the Harpy was a damn nightmare last night, but once you find people to play with, you have a team of 4 online. It plays so smooth. Like people hop in, hop out. You can also, the cool thing I really loved about the game, the thing that really made me happy was you pick up bones along the way, and it's allies. And if you don't want to play online, you can fill your party with allies, or just with your AI-controlled people that are from the game. It's dwarf, sorcerers, all those people. But when you play online with people, when you pick up bones, when you're in a party with people, you actually pick up their character's bones. So like my buddy Jared, I have his ranger at his level, always I can use his character when I'm not in the game with him. There's a guy that I found last night. He's a level 98 champion. It costs 265,000 gold to resurrect him. Once I resurrect him, I don't need anyone. He is like invincible. Like a level 98 champion, I don't know how I got him. Like it's crazy. But the allies are really cool. One of the cool things is all your items have a durability rating, kind of like the old Diablo type games. So you can't just constantly use the same setup. That's why you get multiple bags, so you can like set up items, sets, and stuff like that. And you have certain areas where you don't want to walk in and use fire because there's and water will evaporate fire. So it's there's some spots that it's so spot on with physics, like it's kind of crazy. But like I said, that was my playthrough with the Amazon. It's really fun. She's one of the beginning classes. It literally tells you for an average player, play with Amazon. The champions for beginners. The elf, wizard, and sorceress are all expert class characters. I have started a sorcerer or a wizard. I got him to level 22. He is badass. It makes playing as the Amazon boring. The Amazon evade wasn't that cool. Some of the reasons I kind of forget about it until I get to the wizard. Evade, you hit it and she just kind of hop rolls out of the way, and you can make her hop up the next level or evade enemies. The wizard, when you hit it, he like Nightcrawler dark teleports to places. Like he warps places. So I'm constantly I'm like teleport, and just warping places. On top of the fact you get a shit ton of spells, because with the Amazon and Champion you get a power crushing attack with your circle, where you just hit the ground really hard. It does a lot of damage. You pick your weapon back up. With the Wizard, you actually get a whole nother set of spells. So depending on what your staff is, you might have a ice staff, a lightning staff, fire staff, different directions, and the circle button will do different attacks. Like with the ice staff, up in circle does a tornado. With the fire one, it does a fire geyser. But if you're standing in water, none of the fire attacks will go off because the water will put them out.
My thing is, it seems like a steep learning curve, but for people that, I play a lot of video games. I feel that I could essentially just jump into it, and that's kind of the thing is, do I really have to play 7 hours worth of shit to just play a game with you real quick? You know what I mean? Like if I just bought the game, walked home, and was like, all right, let's play. You've had it for a couple days, and I still have to go through all of that bullshit. I can't just jump into your game.
Yeah, you would need to, because it would be aggravating. You wouldn't know what to do.
So my question with that too was, is there literally a timer, or you're just saying for you this long ass tutorial basically took 7 hours to get to the point where it let you into that.
And mind you, yes, this is just me, but this is also a handful of my friends that have bought the game, because there was, believe me, you can ask Justin, I have a troop of people that we all bought this game because we all been looking so forward to it. And everyone I know spent an average of 6 to 7 hours to unlock to get to multiplayer point. But like I said, it's not a bad thing because it's all story. So it's still essentially them making you play the single-player campaign, so you're getting the story. And then once you go to the final bosses, when they give you more or less the option. When you go to the B routes, when you get the option to go multiplayer. So you've done the main story. You kind of grasp the concept of what's happening until then you do the final dragon fight.
I'll say, so essentially you play the entire game up to the final fight. Essentially.
More or less.
I don't know about that. Not to say it's a bad thing, but for me, that's kind of like a deal breaker. Like, that I don't want to do that. I'd rather jump into a game. Not to say it's going to change anyone else, but that's my opinion on it.
It's ruined the story, though, man. It's a story. It's what it's there for. I don't know. Like I said, I love the game. Everyone I know that's played it, no one said anything bad about it. My store manager bought it. He is not a big video game. He's a video game nerd, but he doesn't play a lot of crazy titles. He doesn't play a lot of the stuff that me and my buddy that bought this, that works with me, recommend and play. And he bought this game, and he is absolutely in love with it. He's like, I can't believe the game's that amazing. And I was shocked because, like I said, he doesn't play this type of stuff.
So is this like Diablo or WoW or?
See, I'd say it almost feels like Diablo mixed with Golden Axe. Like, that's how it feels. Don't get me wrong. Do I see the game getting completely overshadowed next month when Diablo 3 drops for the PlayStation and Xbox? Probably. I'm not going to lie. Playing it has gotten me really geared up to play Diablo 3 now. Like, I'm really kind of looking forward to playing Diablo 3 just because how fun it is playing this game online with 4 friends at once.
So it's basically a 2D side-scroller beat-em-up, but with a lot of strategy, RPG elements built into it.
Yes, if you played Odin Sphere, Muramasa Rebirth, any of the Muramasa Demon Blade on the Wii or Rebirth on the Vita, if you've played anything that's done by Vanillaware, you're getting into this pretty much the exact thing. You're getting the experience you're expecting out of it.
So it's a side scroller, not like Diablo.
No, it's side scroller.
It's like a 2D beat 'em up almost. It's like you're playing Golden Axe.
It's way more complicated though.
Yeah. Well, like
That's
one of the
kinda
other
neat.
cool things. Like, don't get me wrong, because I know I got to wrap it up. I'll give one of my other gripes, and I'll give one of my other big kind of hoo-ha badass points that I just stupidly like. My biggest gripe with this fucking game, though, actually, it just dawned on me: no goddamn voice chat. How in the fuck you make a game that has multiplayer with no voice chat is stupid. That is my biggest gripe, actually. It just dawned on me. And don't get me wrong, I guess the reason I haven't noticed is because the people I play with are close friends, so we text each other. We're just like, oh, keep town, keep adventuring. That pissed me off. I hope it's going to be an update patch that they fix, because there's no reason it doesn't have voice chat. If you're all in the same lobby, we should be able to talk. But that's my number one gripe. That's
a deal. That's a deal sealer for me.
Yeah.
Like, I would never, like, if you told me that and they never patched it, I would never buy that game.
Yeah.
Ever.
So there you have it, folks. The replay value here is kind of low unless you want to go through and play with other characters, or you're a difficulty nut and you want to go through that. It's a deal breaker if you don't like the short game. It's a deal breaker if you can't jump into multiplayer immediately, like Justin.
It's not a short game. Do not assume it is a short game. Just because I tell you get through the multiplayer in 8 hours does not mean this game is short, because you're still looking at another 8 hours of gameplay before you fight the dragon.
And multiple
And if you're
paths
playing
and all
by
that.
yourself, and there's so much. If you're trying to do all the quests, like you're a trophy nut, this game's going to take you forever. This game will take you forever to trophy out. My buddy Jared's already talking about it, and I laughed at him because one of the trophies is you have to level 99 every character. It takes forever. Like, once I hit level 25, it got slow. But it's like I said, it's just, I don't know, Grindcore's amazing to me. On top of the fact, my last selling point for the game for me is if you do enough missions, once you get the multiplayer going, because the gate that you use to warp you to places, it goes haywire when you go multiplayer. So once you go into the gate with people, it just constantly spawns you with different missions. If you keep continuing missions, because after you beat a mission, it gives you the option, go back to town or continue your campaign. You can continue campaign. If you continue the campaign, every once in a while it'll pop you up with a nighttime type thing, where it's you and your party at night around like a fire cooking, and you can literally just like with the right stick where you get the hand controller, grabbing food, mixing stuff together, making food, and you're all eating it. And you don't just make yourself food, you can just make food, throw it in everybody's bowls, and everybody eats it. And you got, I think, like a minute and a half, 2 minutes to cook all this stuff and eat as much of it as possible, because they constantly replenish the ingredients. And it's just this stupid, awesome mini game. Like, me and Jared the whole time are just sitting there trying to see who can fatten up the other guy the most. Like, nope, I filled up all the plates, you have to eat it all. Like, just, I don't know, man. I don't know what the true point of it is. I know it gives you attack bonuses, health bonuses, defense bonuses, all that type of stuff, which probably is the true point. But it is just the dumbest, weirdest little mini game because all the ingredients are like enemy related. So like you'll eat like gazer meat, like which is the big weird eyeball beholders from like Final Fantasy games, the evil eyes. It's like one of those type of things.
So one last question: when I was looking up stuff on this game because you told me about it and I was interested in it, you can get it PS3 or Vita. There is no crossplay when I read about it. Is that added yet?
No, and there was something that they originally talked about and they took out. There's no cross-play and you still can't remote play it, which I think is stupid. Just because the only reason I say the remote play is dumb is because I have the option with my Vita, and it's a Vita game, essentially. There should be no reason I can't play it or remote play onto my Vita.
Yeah, why couldn't they just sell? I mean, if the game's $60 and the Vita one's $40 or whatever, or $50, why couldn't they sell you the combo pack $70 when you pay $10 more? Right. You know, $69.95, and you can have both.
Well, the game essentially was only $49.99, so it'd probably only be like $69.99 for the combo if they did it, which I'm surprised they don't. Because they did it for like PlayStation Battle All-Stars or whatever. You bought the game and got the Vita version.
I thought you could just play your PlayStation games on your Vita.
No. Some you can, some you can't. And the remote play is weird. You can't play PS3 games on... You can't... Like, certain PS3 games, yes, like PlayStation All-Stars. But I can't play Last of Us from my Vita. No. Even in remote play. I can control my PlayStation 3, but I can't play those games. You can only play select games.
I think that we got the thumbs up approval from Brad, so go get Dragon's Crown. I would like to try it on the Vita to see how well it holds up. So,
well, that was my assistant manager's thing when he looked at the book because he was there for launch, and he was like, it kind of looks like the controls were kind of set up for the Vita.
The touchscreen.
And I could see it, but, well, no, I think you even still use the right stick to do most of the stuff for the figure, like finding stuff or telling the thief guy to do stuff for the Vita. But I could be wrong. But I don't know, man. It looks so pretty on a big TV. Just so pretty.
That's good. All right, Justin, tell us about
Metro Last Light. It is the sequel to Metro 2033, which I did not know was a book series, and that's what it's kind of adapted from. It got pushed back from its original release date, which was March, to May, because when THQ went out, another company bought the rights to it, and then they put it out. I never played the first one. I always wanted to, but I never could find a copy to actually buy it. It's a post-apocalyptic Russian area you're in. You're actually in Russia, and it's basically like a weird Fallout type game, but not the role playing aspect.
Open world.
Yeah, it's not open world either. But basically, what the game is the guy's name's Artyom. It's Artym, but with the accents, they sound like they call him Anthem. Like, and each person sounds different because of the Russian accents, but. In the first game, there's these creatures, they're called the Dark Ones, and they have, like, telepathy and all this other stuff, and seem evil. At the end of Metro 2033, you destroy them. You launch a nuclear strike against them and destroy all of them. And the beginning of Metro Last Light is there's one left, and it's a kid. And you go and try to capture it and kill it. Come to find out they're not bad. And that you don't really find that out till later on in the game. You get captured, because there's different factions. There's Nazis in it. And some other military factions that you start off in the game. And it has a stealth element to it, too, which is pretty cool. You can sneak up, cut people's throats, knock them out. There's a hidden good and bad type karma situation. Like, if a guy, like, cowers to you and you kill him, it doesn't tell you that there's a karma situation. It doesn't happen till the last level of the game that you find out pretty much your choices through the game are now being, are affected here. Which I think is pretty cool. And I haven't actually finished the game. I was just reading some more about it, just kind of just to kind of refresh myself. It's a fantastic game, though. It is glitchy as shit. Like, you'll be walking into a town, and I have subtitles on, and, like, you'll hear a guy talking, and then, like, three other people just start talking because you're in an area, and if you're walking behind a guy doing a main storyline mission, the outside banter will cross over your main storyline missions, and you'll only see the subtitles for what they're saying, not what the actual mission's going on, because there was a couple times I was like, I have no idea what the fuck this guy's saying. Because it was just weird and glitchy.
So do you still use your ammo for currency?
Yes, there's two different. You actually use military bullets for currency, and you can use them as real bullets, or you can just sell them and get ammo, different types of ammo, different types of gun upgrades. You can turn guns in every type. You can get a .44 Magnum and turn it into a silencer. That's what I actually use as my silent weapon. You get throwing knives, different types of grenades, and it's a blast. And it's kind of creepy. It has a survival horror type aspect to it. Because it is after like a big nuclear fallout, there's all these different types of creatures. There's these weird spider crab monster things that don't like light, and they're fucking disgusting. I hate being anywhere near those things. It's awful. The compass system's pretty cool. If you hit back, you have a bullet, but it flips open into a lighter. And then you have an actual compass. You can walk with your gun and flip open your lighter, and whatever way your lighter, the flame is blowing, that's how you know where to go without actually pulling out your compass, which I thought was pretty cool. You can light things on fire. You can light spider webs on fire, so like you're not trying to walk through them, and it'll actually slow you down. And if you're trying to run from monsters, you'll get caught in a spider web and you'll get slowed down, which is pretty cool.
What system are you playing this on?
360.
And how much is it on that system?
I think it's like $30 still, because it's only been out for a couple months. But I was surprised because I always wanted to play them, and I was surprised how good the game is. But like there's slight glitchiness to it.
It's a first-person shooter.
Yes.
Okay. And how long do you think the game is?
I've played it pretty consistently for about 3 days. I probably put 5-6 hours each day into it, and I'm probably right at the end. Like I said, the dark ones are these big creatures. They look like almost like the creatures from District 9, but a little bit more monstery, and I say that not like alien bug, but as like a weird creature. But kind of what you find out is they aren't bad. The main character you play, which is like Anton or whatever his name is, because it does a lot of flashbacks kind of too of like how it was as he was as a kid, and then how he kind of sees the fallout after. Like he'll walk through an area and he remembers it as a child walking through, and you'll see it as a normal area, and then obviously as it is in a fallout. And these dark ones actually saved him a lot of the times as a kid from being eaten by monsters. Not necessarily a kid, but like a teenager. But the little one, you actually find him and capture him. Not necessarily capture him, but he starts helping you, and he gives you like powers, essentially. Like you don't really physically have powers, but like you'll be walking through an area, and he'll be like, I can sense these people, they want to kill you. And then like you'll get like x-ray vision. You can see through walls for only like a couple seconds to see what enemies are coming at you and stuff, which is pretty cool.
How are the controls, the shooting elements?
They're okay. They're not too bad. You can iron sight. You can hip shot, stuff like that. The cool thing is where they incorporate throwing knives. If it has a stealth element, you can whip a throwing knife at someone and kill them instantly. And I thought that was pretty cool because there's a lot of parts in the game because hiding, your watch will give you a meter. If it's blue, then you can't be seen, and if it's not, then you can. And you can go up to different lights, and there's different achievements. Like you get one that's called Edison if you just unscrew light bulbs or blow out candles. Then there's another one called Tesla. If you shoot them all out, you have to do 50 each.
Do you have a magic bag? You can hold 2 weapons, as many as you want.
You can hold 3 weapons and 5 throwing knives, 5 normal grenades, 5 incendiary grenades.
And you pick up stuff along the way, or there's a store?
In some of the encampments, because everything is down in the metro. Everything is underground. You have to have, because of the radiation from the fallout, it doesn't, which I thought was kind of weird. They talk about how, like, in some areas it could boil the water. It's so bad. But you don't have to have a radiation suit. As long as you have pretty much a gas mask, you can walk around on the surface. And you have a watch, and your watch will tell you the actual time if you're hooked to the internet. But if you have a part where you have to wear your mask and you're outside, it gives you a timer for your filters. And every 5 minutes you have to change your filter or you'll suffocate and die. Or you have to take your mask off. And if, like, you're shooting something, there's a button, you tap left bumper, and he'll wipe his mask. Like, there's parts where your fucking mask will be covered in shit and you can't see while you're shooting. Like monsters or blood and guts, basically, which is pretty cool.
So is it open world element, or is it a level kind of down the corridor, but it doesn't feel like you're in a corridor?
Yeah, it doesn't feel like that to a point. Like there are areas like it is a level, like you'll go into this level and you have this much of an open area to explore.
Different, kind of like BioShock?
Kind of, yeah. Like I said, a lot of it is based in the metro, so you are, underground subways. And there are, little secret hidden things here and there to go find new stuff when it comes to, like, guns and stuff like that. In every, like, encampment you go to, there's usually a shop. You can upgrade your weapons, sell your weapons, get new weapons, stuff like that. It's a fun game, though. Like, I was really surprised how like, in the beginning I was kind of like, because how glitchy and stuff it was. If you can get past some of the glitchiness, it does get better. And the story does progress really well, because you start off with kind of like, you have to hunt this thing, then this thing knocks you out, and then you get drug off to a Nazi camp and you're almost executed, and this guy helps you get out of the Nazi camp, come to find out he's the bad guy of another faction that wants to kill you, and you have to break out of his area. Then you're in this other type of pretty much game. It feels like you're playing two different games. And then you hit a part where you're getting past that, and then you have to go find the little alien kid again, or the little dark one. That's what they call him.
Little dark one?
That's what they call them, dark ones.
I know you said little dark one.
Yeah.
Can't go an episode without having a racist game.
I'm sorry. He's black. So
He's a black kid?
He's a little dark. They're called dark ones. I don't know what else to call him. Little black monster running around.
You want to call him little darky?
He could be a little darky. Tar baby is what he is. He does, and that's the thing. They look like they're covered in tar. Like they're all, yeah, it's funny. But it's really cool because there's different type of monsters. Like they call them demons. They're basically like giant gargoyles. Another weird, like, they're like bear type dogs, which will maul your face. They're ridiculous. They're hard as shit to kill too. Like the guns, as it progresses, like it'll take like 1 or 2 shotgun shells to kill one. And now where I'm at, it takes like 7 or 8. Like I have to reload like 3 times to kill certain things.
Metro 2033 was like that. I played a little bit of that one, and there were crazy rat monsters that were a nightmare to kill.
Now, are the monsters a result of the radiation?
Yeah, and that's the kind of thing. It seems like it's. I think it's been like 24 years since the Fallout. That's it. They try to explain it, but then they say like things happen in with the Dark Ones, because I didn't play the first one, so I don't know why or how the Dark Ones came to be. So I mean, it's kind of hard. I wish I'd have played the first one before I played the second one, just to kind of get more of a backstory. But the second one does a good job to keep you into the game and not like, shit, I'm gonna stop playing this to go play the first one.
I have one question about the weapons, because you said you took like 7 shots from your shotgun. Are there upgrades to where you can reload faster, shoot faster?
No, the reload and shooting is pretty much as fast as you can do it. Like, the guy will reload himself, but he's actually really quick at doing it. The way the shotgun is designed, it's almost like a Tommy gun. Like his shotgun, and then the way that it goes is the shells sit to the side of the barrel and underneath it. So he reload. It's a 6-shot shotgun, and I've literally had to put all 6 shots. But then there's 2 types of shotguns. There's a double barrel and that. And it depends on the guns too. You can headshot and kill them instantly, but if they're running at you at a side and you can't get the headshot, they're a bitch to put down. But there's no upgradable ammo per se unless you use your currency as the ammo.
So it's kind of like Doom, where you get the double barrel shotgun, and it is the double barrel shotgun.
Well, no, there are some upgrades when it comes to, you can put, you know, a red dot on it, reflex sight, an infrared sight, because you are underground a lot with it is dark, and you actually have a charger, they call it, and it's a little handheld thing you have to pump. You have to press the right trigger to make your flashlight come back on. You can change the barrels on them to make them either have a higher spread or a lower spread, which will make them shoot farther. You can silence every weapon. You can do a couple of things. You can put red dots for hip shooting, so you can just focus on that way. There's a couple different upgrades, not a lot of upgrading to them, but there is some.
So you can use your currency, which is ammo, and use that, and it's more powerful?
Yeah, and there's a little disclaimer as one of the load screen sets. You will literally burn your money, and it's not like you have this crazy abundance of money. Like, once you use it, you have to play like another like 20, 30, 40 minutes. It's not just laying all over the place. Like, you have to go into secret little areas to find, 5 bullets, 10 bullets.
Is that because you normally use like homemade ammo or something?
I don't know. They really don't explain what it is. They just say it's military ammo, so it's good.
Right, so it was made in a factory versus you normally using homemade,
essentially,
throw it together.
And there's pretty cool. There's my favorite gun in the game is basically a BB gun, but you can pump it up to such pressure you kill people. It's literally a BB gun, and you hold left bumper to bring up another menu which has Y, X, A, B, and then your D-pad, which has different things on it. And you press right, and then you literally pump this thing as many times as, I don't know, like 10, 15 times, and there's a pressure gauge, and you can kill people with it. Like, it's basically a BB gun machine gun. It's pretty ridiculous. It's awesome.
How many shots do you get per pump? For the 15 kill pump thing?
You get a clip worth, because it has a valve. You can actually get an upgraded valve that doesn't lose as much air pressure as quickly. You can at least get, 10, 15 shots out of it before you have to repump it. And they're headshots. You kill someone with them easy, and it's a silence. It's considered a silenced weapon too, so you can use that. That's what I got rid of my 44 and started using that, which is pretty awesome.
Can I call you Ralphie?
Yeah, I've shot people's eyes out, and it's cool too. Like, one of the ways you do damage, your damage meter is your face mask. If you have your gas mask on and you're getting attacked, it'll start slowly breaking, and you have to go find another one, or you'll suffocate and die. if you're out above, or if you're above the metro. And if I wish I had to count how many times they say metro.
That'd be a funny name for the episode. You'll shoot your eye out.
You can do that. But there's what's it called? There is. I lost my train of thought now from me talking about shooting my eye out.
Sorry.
How many times they've said metro?
Oh, metro. Every fucking 5 minutes, someone says, "Oh, down in the metro, so and so metro." I was like, if I hear metro one more fucking time, I'm gonna lose my shit.
I'm gonna shoot your eye out.
And it was this. It's constant metro talk. Metro.
You want to make a drinking game out of it?
You can make 10 drinking games out of it. It's ridiculous. It's metro more times than Mitch touches his nose and fucking Dazed and Confused. Oh God! It's ridiculous, but it really is. It's an awesome game. Like I said, there is a couple glitchy parts, but it's awesome. Like I couldn't stop playing it.
So for $30, it's definitely a buy.
Oh yeah, definitely I'd buy. And even so, play the first one to get better story. And the first one couldn't be more than $15.
I bet it's $8.99.
Yeah, even still, more
Like $25.
Really?
Metro 2033.
Yep.
You're on crack.
I don't think they
Look
sold
that
all
up.
that many of them, so it's
a hard to find game.
Yeah,
That's the one I always wanted to play because I heard it was everyone that I know that has played it. They say it's awesome, but I only know like 3 people to ever play it.
I have it on Steam. I've been meaning to play it.
It really is a good game.
You have everything on Steam.
Oh, I didn't buy it. I bought it from my brother.
For your brother? Mm-hmm. Then why would you have it?
He uses my Steam account.
Oh.
I don't know.
So I bought
Metro
it.
2033 was fun. It is.
It makes me want to read the books to him because there's actually a part.
Books.
Neither did I, but I noticed it after I saw a part when you go into one of the towns. There's a book vendor. I mean, you can't actually buy from him, but you look down on his table and it has Metro 2033. Metro Last Light is actually in the book series called Metro 2034. It's actually a year later, and I don't know what the third book's called, but I know there's 3 of them. It's fantastic.
Any more questions
I can't
on
remember they now.
Metro Last Light? Is there a third one?
Supposedly it should one coming out. I know that Metro
It was
third.
bought by Deep
I
Silver.
was literally just thinking about the third one's title, and I cannot think of it now.
I know that Metro Last Light has a PS4 release coming out in a couple months. I read a thing on their Wikipedia page, which I thought was kind of weird.
Maybe they'll fix all the glitches.
Maybe.
I wonder if it got rushed out
I
because
doubt
of THQ going under.
That was one of the things is the intellectual property. It says that's why it got postponed from March to May. It was only like a 2 month.
I've been doing this shit too long.
Yeah. You can get it for $15 on PC though, which they might have some good patches and stuff for that.
And if it goes on, I got 2033 for $5.
Yeah, but that's a good score too.
Yeah, I mean the
So-
first one got a great score, and like I said, it makes me want to read the books, and it's a really good story driven game. Every checkpoint, he has a little monologue he does that talks about what just happened, which is really cool.
How's the voice acting? Good.
Voice acting is pretty spot on. I haven't seen any weird glitches of when it comes to voice acting. The accents, I mean, they had to literally have Russian people do it because they sound very authentic. I don't know how well people do Russian accents, but
I can say my brother, when he plays, like he beat Far Cry, and like when he plays a game, he'll either not play it at all, he'll just screw it, or because he's not a gamer per se. He's a kid who likes games. He's kind of a redneck kid. He loves Metro. It's probably his favorite game of all time.
I mean, like I said, it has an awesome story to it. It's not, it's not just like, oh, this guy took your girlfriend, go hunt him down. Like, there's so much more story-driven elements to it.
Far Cry 3.
I've never said a word about Far Cry 3.
All right, well, I'll go last here. Thank you, Justin. Go out and get Metro Last Light. I think I'm going to do mine every week for the next few episodes. Summer Arcade segment, so I'll do all of those. And I'll tell you, listeners, most of them will probably be demos because I'm poor. But if I like the game, I will actually buy them. And I will tell you, I just played the demo, or I played the demo, then I bought it because I really, really liked it, and I thought it was worthwhile. I will tell you right now up front, 110% guarantee, I will be buying the Turtles game and be playing that one, because I'm sure Justin and I will be playing multiplayer.
Yeah.
Are they going to offer, before they gave you $10 free if you bought them all or something?
Right. The deal is this time, if you buy 2, you get some map pack thing free or something.
Huh.
Yeah, it's not like the past where if you buy all 4, you get the 5th game free, or if you buy all of them, you get $10 off the last game. You have to buy 2 of them and you get something. It's a little bit different. So I think that the Summer Arcade has lost its heyday, and I think it's waning. I don't think it's as...
Well, this will probably be the last one, 360.
Probably. And it's so late now. I mean, you're going to think it's mid-August. So it feels really, really late to me. I don't know. So the very first game that come out is called Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons. It is made by Starbreeze, and it has a demo. I think hopefully all of them have a demo. And it's 1,200 Microsoft points, and I don't know why they wrote this down. It was 662 megabytes, so if someone had space issues, Justin. Jacob.
Microsoft's getting rid of the points.
Fucker, that's what I was going to say. I got an email yesterday about it that says they're fighting. I mean, because they said that during E3 that they were going to go back to, they were actually going to go to real currency.
Oh, we're going to treat you guys like adults.
Yeah. Basically.
We get to grow up. We get to use our big
Who
kid money.
thought that was a good idea anyways?
We've talked about this before. They thought that it was going to be this online currency, because people, they think they treat what's one of the biggest online currencies. I've spent money on it. WoW Gold. Yeah. WoW Gold could be used as a real currency in the real world.
Yeah, and they got Bitcoins now.
Yeah, I mean, you
think about all this. I mean, like the keys and shit in fucking Team Fortress.
I mean, that can be used as real currency. Like, hey, you could trade that with people. You could say, I will give you this for such and such. I mean, think about it if, a drug dealer was sitting there and some guy came in and said, I'll give you, 1,800 Microsoft points for, an 8-ball. I mean, they can do something like that, right?
If they had the card, they couldn't do it.
Yeah, I mean, but I've bought Microsoft points on eBay, and the guy just sent me a code.
I've people in Call of Duty used to do that. I know a buddy of mine, he was really high ranked in Call of Duty, sold his account for like 5,000 or the 5,000 points. No, the 4,000 points, which was $50 for Microsoft points. Yeah, that's what he bought. A guy bought his account for 4,000 Microsoft points.
And Sony had talked at one point that they were going to do some type of online currency thing in home, but in home kind of flopped. So,
I think.
Yeah. So anyway, Brothers: Tale of Two Sons is a downloadable title on the Summer Arcade. It's pretty fun. It's very pretty. It is. Its setting is almost like a Fable-like world. It has a lot of warm colors, almost like Ico, which how do you say? Ico. It looks like Ico. It looks a lot like that, except prettier.
When Ico first came out, or like PS3 version Ico?
Remastered.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It looks really. It's a fairy tale world, So nothing ever really looks bad. All the somber negativity of it, or the sad points of it, all comes from the emotion of the brothers. All right, so there's two brothers that are in the game. You play as both brothers at all times. So it's very, very unique. You control both brothers at all times. You have the right thumbstick controlling the little brother and the left thumbstick controlling the big brother.
That's what I was thinking there was going to be.
And it's very steep learning curve. So what I found myself doing is I move in these micro units across the map, which kind of sucks because it feels like I'm playing it very jerky. I'll move the older brother up with my left thumbstick because that's what I'm used to using to move with is the left thumbstick. The right thumbstick, I'm always used to using the camera angle or something, or using a reticle, and so then I'll have to stop, think about it for a second, and then move the younger brother up using the left thumbstick or right thumbstick.
Is it basic, like you have jump and grab, like that's how the game is, or you have other elements to that?
No. When you move them up, they will automatically, you just move them to a ledge and push forward and they jump up for you automatically. You don't have to hit a jump button or anything. I actually didn't ever use the face buttons. I never even pressed A, B, Y, or X.
It's all triggers and...
Yep, I never even pressed them. If you are control, you're moving around the little brother with the right thumbstick. You move him around, and his stuff is the right trigger. So like I went up one time, it was actually pretty funny. You go up to this old man, and you hit the right... he's like gardening or something, and you control the little brother, you go up and hit right trigger, he goes up and slaps the guy in the ass. And then the little guy comes around, and the little kid messes with him, he runs off laughing. Well, the older brother goes up, and he's the one that's kind of in charge, obviously. He goes up, you hit left trigger to control and make him do something. He goes up and he taps the guy on the back, and then he shows the map. And so the storyline is your mom died, and your dad is dying, and you need to find the magic potion or whatever to heal him, and you're going off on this adventure to find the mystical tree or whatever to get the potion to heal your dad, because you just lost your mom and you don't want to lose your dad also. So it is very difficult to control. It's a top view, and I think that it's tough to control because you're trying to control two of them at the same time, and you're using both of the thumbsticks to control people, which I'm not used to. And also, if you go too far apart, like one time I went in both the direction, so I hit out, and they both go this direction, one left, one right. I'm like, oh crap, they need to go forward. And so I stopped controlling one, did one, and then went and controlled the other one. And plus, the camera will only pan out so far. And when you go so far from each other, the brothers will yell at each other that you need to stop. So obviously, I can't go any further. It's all sim talk, so the voices are all, Arapar, Uchari, Andiwa. So all weird stuff like that. It's not a real language. So they all make these little funny sounds when they talk. There's no voice actor or anything, which I thought was kind of a weird throwback. Instantly when I heard it, I thought, oh, this sounds exactly like Sims. So that was kind of weird. The camera is okay. There are a few parts that it was a little bit annoying. The little brother, as I said, he acts like a little ornery kid. He slaps the old man in the ass. He goes up to this old lady that's sitting in a rocking chair, and he pushes her really, really fast, and she starts laughing. You go past a well. He spits in the well, which is kind of funny. He's like, and he spits this big loogie into the well and drops it down. That was pretty funny. Everything is puzzle-based, so you have to use the two brothers to solve all these little puzzles. The first one that I came across in the demo was this dog chases you around. You go and you hold the right trigger, controlling the little brother, and he starts yelling and flapping his arms. So he pays attention to him, so the older brother can run away and get across away from the dog. And then the older brother will start whistling, and the dog will run over there, and so you can control the little brother and make him run past the dog on the other side of the screen. So that was kind of cool. Another one of the puzzles was you have this bridge that goes down, and there's this little wheel, like in a rat cage, and you have to run on it, and it makes the bridge go down. So I take one brother, and I'm running on the wheel, and the one brother runs across and grabs a sheep, and you carry the sheep back across, and I thought, okay, well, I'm going to, it's puzzles, so I'm going to see how this works. So I drop the sheep on the bridge, thinking it'll hold the bridge down, and I let go of the other brother, and he stops running so I can run across, and the bridge flaps up really quick, and the sheep goes flying, which was kind of funny. I thought that was amusing. So then I put all the sheep on the bridge, thinking that it'll be okay, maybe it needs to be 4 or 5 of the sheep. That didn't work either. Flings all of them.
You put the sheep in the rat wheel.
You put the sheep in the rat wheel, it starts walking, and then the brothers can go across. I thought, okay, yes, go ahead.
How the hell it took you that long to figure that out is baffling.
When you talked about it, I was like, did he put it in the wheel?
I will give you this, though. At least you found a humorous point to launching sheep. That is funny. Well, so that redeems it. But that's kind of sad. You just didn't assume to put the sheep in the rat wheel.
I thought that that's what you do, but I thought I thought this will be simple. You're just, this is simple physics. Put the sheep there at the end of the bridge, and the bridge will sink down, and I'll be able to bring the other brother across.
Simple physics.
Simple physics is knowing that wheel needs to keep moving to keep the bridge down.
Okay, well, let's say the weight of the bridge is X amount of hundreds of pounds. There's a sheep that's like 120 pounds. Not going to hold it.
It's the tension on the bridge, not the if you just hold the bridge down. It's the tension that keeps flipping it up.
It had to go in the rat wheel. I don't give a shit what you want to chalk this up to. When you were explaining it, I was like, oh, it goes in the rat wheel, right? And you're like, nope, I flung it across. And I'm like, Jesus Christ.
You ever thought about games like this and Myst is who was really sitting around and decided that this is how you get across a bridge?
Now, the game designers.
Well, let's have some in the real world, who would do that?
But no, like I said, though, funny that you launch sheep.
Yeah, it was amusing. There was one area that I got to that there were all these rabbits, and I think all that it is for, you can pick them up, and I'm not sure what they do, but I know that there's an achievement related to them, because I went in and looked at the achievements, and it has something to do with the achievements, these bunnies that are all running around, because there's 5 black ones and 1 white one, which seemed very racist to me. So lots of racism in the games. The game is very beautiful. It's a lot of fun. My ending verdict here on this is it's very story driven. All the reviews that I read gave it fantastic reviews. Everybody's saying it was really, really moving, that you feel for these brothers and their loss and the journey that they go on together. The controls are very unique. Very, very unique. I've never played anything really like that before. The visuals are stunning. It's a very beautiful game. It's a short game. It's only about 3 hours from what I can judge as one of the negatives. So you're thinking it's $15. So 3 hours, $15. I mean, if you
$5 an hour?
Yeah, that's not very good.
Nope.
And on the negative side also, I'll get to you. I see you. The other negative, I put it in the positive, the unique controls. I also put the negative, the unique controls, because they do take some really getting used to. Camera, negative controls. Camera, negative. $15, negative. If this was 10, I would have bought it. So I did not buy this game. Got great reviews. If you want to, if you have $15 or that many Microsoft points to blow, get it. But otherwise, let's hold out and wait for the next one, which is Charlie's Murder.
Charlie Murder.
That's next week's, and I'll talk more about that. Go ahead.
You said in the beginning of the game that the mother died and they got to go cure their father with this magic tree. Why didn't they cure their mom with the magic tree?
I think she was killed, actually. The demo doesn't start at the beginning of the game.
Oh, okay.
The demo pops up and it says, this is about 20 minutes into the game. Explore, have fun.
Huh. Okay, thanks. Whatever.
Yeah.
If there's a magic tree, I just figured they'd maybe save their mom with the magic tree.
Yeah. Maybe she was killed or murdered or something, because I know it's very emotionally moving. That's what a lot of people said. But it's got really good reviews, and people say it's a really good start to the Summer Arcade. So, go get the demo. I mean, get the demo for 600, memory points, or 660 megabytes, so...
Memory points? I was like,
Yeah.
I gotta pay for a fucking demo? I was like, no.
I told you.
Makes sense why you launched those sheep now.
I've had a rough week, okay? Had a really bad week. So
I don't think it's as bad as mine.
this is true. This
was
is true.
worse.
So we're about an hour. We're going to take a break, and we will come back with our new What If and Random Games of the Week. Hello, and welcome back. This evening, we probably have 2 What If questions because these ones aren't very long. We've kind of been discussing this last few minutes off the air to try to give some... we have options to throw out here very quickly and kind of discuss. So our first What If question this evening is one that's a doozy because we have so much crap out there. And we'll probably talk about that and delve into that as well in our 30 minutes of miscellaneous crap because we're going to get waist deep in some crap here, I'm sure. What if we could pick and make a good video game to movie adaptation? And because there's been so many horrible ones out there.
There's already a Tekken movie.
It's horrible.
Not good. We're saying
Yeah, but
what
that's
if you
what
get a
but
good
we're saying
movie?
good ones.
They were saying good
Yeah.
ones. Tekken wasn't that bad. The guy that played Brian Fury was fucking spot on.
Yeah, he was Kenshiro and
from
I-
North Star.
Enjoyed the Tekken movie.
I thought it was awful.
It wasn't bad. I don't know. It wasn't bad.
Wasn't too bad.
It could have been better. They
Could've
could
been
have
It was
Alive.
better than Street
could've-
Fighter
could've
and
been
Dead or
Alive.
Alive.
Is it the one where it's in the future or whatever, and his mom dies, and he goes to the
King of Iron Fist tournament.
tournament thing? It's like inside, and they fight
Yeah.
on the different thing, and he falls down in the sand, and he's about ready to kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I was making sure that's the horrible movie I
I
watched.
feel like they could have traded the lore a little bit better, but it still wasn't that bad of a movie.
and he pays like $3,000 for the oranges or whatever.
Well, yeah, because the world's all torn to shit or whatever. But, I mean, either way, it wasn't that bad. It was better than Street Fighter or the DOA movie.
Oh my god, the DOA movie's so bad. So some of the ones I think that Brad said was a really, really good one would be Assassin's Creed, that very first one.
Yes, the first one was Altair, just like a movie about Altair is like literally the first game in a movie. I think would be amazing.
Do you
I love the
think-
story to the first one.
Do you think Altair is a more, not known, but do you think people like Altair better than Ezio? Because
No.
Ezio seems like everyone loved it. I like Altair better.
Everybody blows Ezio.
Everybody wants to jerk off Ezio until
Is
you morning
Altair
loads
from
on their
one?
faces.
Altair's from one.
Yeah.
I like
Don't get me
Altair
wrong.
better.
I don't. I prefer Altair. I'm a really big Altair fan. I
Me too.
really, really, really love the first game. And in my own personal opinion, it felt like they all got like smaller world afterwards. But aside from that, but going to the what if is, I think it would be really good. It's like story. The first game had a really solid plot. It was a really good like story.
Yeah.
Get the right people. As much as I hate to say it, the dude that played the Prince in the Prince of Persia movie,
Jake Gyllenhaal as
I think that's
Altair.
me. Good Altair.
I could do it. I could be Altair.
You
I don't
look
know.
nothing like Jake Gyllenhaal.
If you do, it's definitely
I've
a
been
really,
told I have.
really creepy
Shut up, Seth.
version.
Yeah, that's true. I guess
But
so.
I think he would make a really good Altair, only because he was a really badass prince. But then again, they're kind of different personalities. So
That's what I was going to ask you. Who do you think would play the Altair?
I'm trying to think
it's hard to
of a
say
good
because
Altair.
I definitely would want somebody who's not like Christian Bale, but
I don't think I've ever seen his face.
Jake
Who?
Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal?
Altair.
Oh well, Altair, you see his face.
He looks
but
like
it's just-
Desmond.
Yeah, he kind of looks.
I
like
will say
Desmond.
I haven't played the game that much.
The first Assassin's Creed is my favorite.
It's not on Steam, so he hasn't touched it.
So another one was Mirror's Edge.
I think Mirror's Edge would be a fantastic movie.
No,
It's I kind of feel that it's you remember the show Dark Angel?
Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of close to that without the super soldiers, obviously, but like it was a chick and a carrier service because that's what they kind of were. So you throw in parkour and Dark Angel, and that's kind of Mirror's Edge.
Let's go back here real quick.
I just thought about it just now.
Let's go back though, because that brought up a good point. You said movie, But do you think like the Assassin's Creed first game could make a better TV series? Because each episode he could be working towards an assassination, and then like a mid-season finale could be an assassination or something.
Or he loses his finger.
Like maybe imagine on Showtime though, not public where it's crap. HBO doing that?
My only gripe with this, they would drag it out too long. Like, don't get me wrong. The reason I say the first game would have to be a movie is because we already know the story, we know the plot, we know the length of it. Adding in every one of the assassinations he does in the first game would not be necessity because not all of it was really core to the plot.
You could make it a mini series then. Yeah. 6 episodes. That's when you all it be done.
But we couldn't be that fortunate. It'd just be like The Walking Dead was supposed to be a mini series, and now we're fucking waist deep in 4 seasons.
Breaking Bad, they're ending at 6. I mean, sometimes they end them when they know that they're done. Dexter only made it like 8.
Yeah, sometimes, but then sometimes they run things.
That's 8 years, and you could see in Dexter where it was starting to lose its.
Were you just Walking Dead hating?
I love the Walking Dead TV show. Don't get me wrong, but I just. Yeah, that's my thing. Don't get me wrong. I feel like this season will make or break if it's worth watching again, and that's just how it goes. Heroes. I can name like all sorts of TV shows that 2 seasons into, I was like, hell yeah. Season 3, I was just kind of like, meh.
Wasn't Heroes supposed to only be like 1 or 2 seasons initially?
No, the way it was supposed to work is it was supposed to be 5 seasons, and every season it was supposed to be all new cast, all new heroes. But people fell too in love with Peter and Hero and everybody, and they wanted them to come back.
I can't wait till they kill Daryl Dixon. God damn. It's going to be a glorious day just to see all these people fucking shut up about Norman Reedus. I like the guy. He's cool. Yeah, he was in the Boondock Saints. I grasp that. I saw that movie when I was 13. I understand it was cool. I'm fucking over it.
I will stop watching it when they killed. I will stop watching when they kill it.
I don't get that.
He's my favorite character.
Nope. He's honestly the only character I like. I'm not happy that Merle's dead.
Oh, believe me, I'm very not happy Merle's dead. But this is a
I like Rick.
For a different day.
Yeah,
I like Rick, and I like.
We'll talk about this after the season opener, and no spoilers this season.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you everything.
I'll drop balls of spoils.
No spoils. So another one that I thought you might appreciate because you jumped on the bandwagon last night. You said, "What about a WoW-esque movie?"
That's true.
It's happening.
Yeah, they've supposed. I don't know how they're going to do it
for years.
If we go off what's supposed to be happening, we should have seen a Halo movie by now. We should have seen Metal Gear by now. Stuff like that.
We should have a new Blade movie by now.
Wesley Snipes is out of jail. Damn it! I don't know why we don't have a new Blade movie. I'm kind of pissed about it.
No, because Blade fucking 3 sucked.
It's because Ryan Reynolds was in it.
No, it's because the asshole that was Dracula, that was from Prison Break. He was a fucking douche nozzle. And Triple H, really?
I like Triple H in that movie.
And him and his Pomeranian sucking face. Hey. Yeah, you guys can blow me.
I have respect for the Pomeranians, sir.
Okay, so how would a WoW movie be live action, or would it be?
That's what I would think. They'd probably have to be like a CG. I wouldn't say like an Advent Children CG, but
live action. Look at
Avatar. Yeah, they could do like Avatar, right?
If you do Draenei, Dark Elves, I mean, you got to think, with the exception of the Draenei, most normal people could play most of the other roles.
You could play it. Look at fucking Hellboy. You could have a Draenei, realistically.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying, though, is if you look at some movies we already have, like, even doing the orc side wouldn't be that hard, because in Lord of the Rings, I mean, they had people that look like fucking orcs. I mean, those people were in costume.
But I don't think they were the same size. I think WoW orcs are a lot.
They're more muscular.
They're more muscular, yeah.
So,
look at Hellboy.
On WoW, I bring it up again, there's so much in that game. Which storyline do you follow? Do you make this into a TV series? Like,
I think the one that they would do most,
like Game
of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. Thank you. We make that WoW into a series like that.
It would probably be like that between the factions. You'd have your main story and see other stuff. But if they were doing it, I don't think it'd be a WoW story. I mean, yes, it would be World of Warcraft, but I think it would be a Warcraft story. It would show Arthas before he became the Lich King. It would show before how
TV or movie.
It would probably be better as TV because you could get all that in there. It would show, how Thrall became the head of the Horde. How the King of Stormwind became, the head of the Alliance. It would show shit like that. And probably if it was a Game of Thrones style, I would say it would probably be good then. But I'm also an advocate that Game of Thrones pisses me off half the time, and half the characters I don't like, so I don't like watching half the show.
I think a better storyline for the WoW movie would be the Horde versus Alliance, with the undead not wanting to be part of the Horde.
The undead never want to be part of the Horde.
Yeah, I think that would be a more interesting story.
But that's the story in Vanilla WoW.
Yeah, the one that everybody's going to know. But make that just more scripted in storyline. Make that into a storyline versus Arthas.
But the thing is, it's the iconicness. Like the Lich King, like everyone knows who the fucking Lich King is, even if you haven't played WoW. Like you know that's the thing. And even big Warcraft players in the Frozen Throne, where you see the fall of Arthas.
So I think that one of my last arguments for a WoW TV series, and I know I keep coming back to TV series because these games are so rich with information, that's why I think you would need more time. My argument for it is if you have 10, 15 million WoW players, to get a viable TV show, they like seeing between 10 and 15 million viewers every single week. And so if you had Showtime doing it, or HBO, or Skinamax,
AMC,
AMC, not an ABC or NBC or something, and you could easily get 7 to 10 million people watch this weekly.
Oh,
I think that you could have the production value. I mean, you look at some of the summer TV shows, like Falling Skies has a great production value. Defiance has decent production value. For a sci-fi show.
Yeah.
I think that if you had the backing, you could get where the people look like orcs, and you can make a really, really good TV series. And run it 13 episodes. Short each season, keep it locked down so it doesn't get too crazy. I think that it can be very, very valuable. I would rather see it that way than see a big blockbuster 2-hour movie.
Yeah, that's true. Because you get more of the story, and that's the thing.
And WoW is all about story, basically.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's about game. But yeah, I mean, every WoW player knows the lore, and they enjoy the lore. I mean, they've made mangas and other type of books from it to the people to keep with the lore,
and they go in for that immersion of the world itself.
Yeah.
So another one that I thought was really good was the DMC one.
Yeah, Devil May Cry would be, I think, awesome, but I feel that it could turn into shit. Like, it could it's either one or the other. You're not going to get, like, an okay Devil May Cry movie.
It's going to be very campy. It would have to be.
And see, that's what I don't want. I would rather it be a very good... Like, it could be a good movie, despite, like, the demon stuff. But it depends on which Devil May Cry. The new Devil May Cry, I think, would be a little bit more campy as opposed to the original.
Topher Grace.
Topher Grace would probably be a fantastic. If he was the new Dante, I think he'd be spot on.
He'd be a good one? That's what I'm saying the whole time.
That kid doesn't deserve to ever fucking act again. He deserves just...
Really? You didn't like that 70s show?
I like that 70s show, but that is the only thing that he's ever been in that I thought was decent.
He was
I don't
awesome
like
in
that
Predator.
70s show for him.
I
like that 70s show for
He's
everybody else that's in that 70s show, pretty much besides Eric. The only person I hate more than Eric Foreman in that show was the blonde guy they brought on to replace Eric Foreman in that show, because he was an even bigger D-bag.
I thought Eric
think
was probably
possible.
He was one of the funnier characters.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think Topher Grace would be...
I don't think he'd be a good Dante. Dante's... Once again, it falls into like that Eddie Brock thing. Like, who the fuck thought he'd be a good Eddie Brock? Like, no, he doesn't. The attitude how I will always look at Topher Grace is that weird nerdy kid that sat in the corner and played with fucking Star Wars toys all the time.
Topher Grace should have been Spider-Man.
That is not Dante.
He should have been.
That's exactly Spider-Man. It was that type of superhero. Dante is not that type of superhero. He's the dude who's going out drinking and banging strippers.
But did you see him in Predator? He was good in Predator.
He's a weird serial killer, but he's not enough to make me forget that he's that weird kid who jerks off to Star Wars toys in the corner.
He's still...
That's subject to debate.
Like,
No.
for a great majority of Devil May Cry, Dante doesn't take himself and what's going on very seriously.
Yeah, it's all a giant fucking joke to him. So
Yeah,
who else
but-
better would to do that?
Michael Cera?
Yeah, at that rate, I'd rather
no
have Michael
fucking
Cera.
way.
Thank you.
No,
I'd
thank you.
take him over it.
Or his clone, the other
Like,
kid.
no way.
No way.
Topher Grace, you guys are crazy as hell.
Okay.
I'll take
I
the
was-
original dude who played Spider-Man. I will let that be
Tobey Maguire?
Maguire?
Yeah,
Really?
he can be Dante, yeah. At
Ryan
that rate,
Reynolds?
I'd rather see him.
Well, no,
don't get me wrong.
you-
I see Ryan Reynolds there, that wouldn't be too bad. I can see him
He's
being
already
a-
playing a character. If he's playing Deadpool in the Deadpool
and he's
movie.
Green Lantern, and he's Hannibal King, and he's like 37 people. It's official. Ryan Reynolds, I guess, can be whoever the fuck he wants as many times over.
That's true. Look at the
Captain
asshole
America.
that plays Captain America.
Oh, no,
he's the
yeah,
Human
he's
Torch.
the worst actor ever. Like, what the
Really?
fuck? He
He's the
needs to be
Human Torch.
Ant-Man.
What if he was Ant-Man?
It would make sense. Life would be complete. I wouldn't bitch about the Ant-Man movie. I will go on record with that. If he is Ant-Man and not allowed to be Captain America or the Human Torch again, I'll like the
Why
Ant-Man
do you
movie.
give a shit what these people play?
Because it's just aggravating.
No, we're going to jump off the Ant-Man because I know where you're going with that. Why do you care if Ryan Reynolds plays Green Lantern and Hannibal King and
Well,
fucking
I don't
Deadpool?
care if he's Green Lantern and Hannibal King or Green Lantern and Deadpool. Why? Because they're not in the same universe. I care more when they're in the same universe. They all tie together. It's not like the Marvel universe is like a bunch of different universes. It's all tied together. The X-Men exist in the same fucking New York that Spider-Man exists in. They coincide. It's not like...
So you're telling me that if Hugh Jackman was offered to be
He's not
Venom.
allowed to be. He's not
he
allowed
couldn't
to
be. He couldn't be
Venom.
Venom
No,
or something.
He can't. He's fucking Wolverine, and you have to. Everyone and their brother would be like, "What the fuck is Wolverine doing? It's Venom." Because that's. I know people that went and saw the new Wolverine movie that was like, it was a cool ass 2 hours of Hugh Jackman.
What about the 5
Hugh
different
Jackman
Batmans
movie.
we've had?
Yeah.
Well, don't get me wrong. I don't like that. I don't because I only like 2 of them.
You want Michael Keaton to be Batman forever?
Dude, Michael Keaton could have been Batman forever.
He could have.
He's so old right
agree
now.
with
I
that.
like Michael Keaton as Batman. I also really like Christian Bale's Batman.
See, I like Christian Bale's
He's
Batman.
okay.
Like
I don't
Val
understand why
Kilmer
people
wasn't a
hate
bad Batman because he always has that kind of like weird guy like perspective, so it's cool. George Clooney,
Had
awesome
nipples.
Bruce Wayne.
Nipples.
Had nipples on his suit though as well.
Yeah, that was-
creepy. And like I said, awesome Bruce Wayne. Like in the sense of being a rich, like playboy showboat. All right, makes sense. But as being Batman, worst pick ever. Like they should have literally double casted that movie and just had him play Bruce Wayne and had somebody else play Batman because it would have been better.
Dawn the Dark Cowl. So the last one here, which I thought, I don't know if I agree with this one at all. I think it would be a terrible movie. Would be Red Dead.
Are you fucking crazy, man?
I don't like Western movies, so that's where I'm going to put my foot down there.
I love Western movies, and I still think it would be crap.
Oh no,
It's got a good story.
It's got a solid story.
A revenge
No Country
story.
for Old Men.
It's
I don't
even
know.
Which
got-
I hated that movie.
What? I loved it. I hate westerns, so I really hate westerns. That's probably why I liked it because I thought it was like, oh, this isn't your
No
typical
Country-
gay western.
Oh man,
There's so
Assless
many.
chaps and cowboy boots.
John Wayne's dead. Westerns are dead.
There's
how I
so
feel.
many stories in Red Dead that could also be like a spin-off TV series or
There's too many missions. There's too much going on, and I mean,
And
you know,
Wow.
and I what? Yeah, that's why I said it would be a TV series. And like, I guess this could be a TV series, but I like Deadwood. You know, I already watched that. I don't need to watch another Western.
Deadwood was the shit. I will agree with you.
I love
Hell's
Deadwood.
on Wheel.
Hell's on Wheels.
I
Yeah.
watched
It's a really good fucking TV show.
But,
But,
I don't like Westerns.
no,
though.
Red Dead Redemption I don't think should be a TV show. It should be a movie. A, because it should only be focused on John Marston, the main core plot of the game. It should be focused around all the stupid side shit he went and did and how he helped this ranch and how he helped
He's not
that
gonna pick any
person.
flowers.
It doesn't fucking matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It should be solely based around and just up pretty much to the point of him saving his family. And if the movie did good, then you do a second Red Dead Redemption where he does the other shit for the government and he gets fucking off.
I feel like he's just
So I feel like
a
making-
badass Woody. He's Woody from Toy Story. That's
No,
all he is to
well-
me. He's a badass.
Well, Master Chief's just a badass Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. I fucking hate both the characters, so there you go.
But,
Thank you.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not a big Western fan. I really, when Red Dead was coming out, I was very skeptical. I didn't like the idea of like a game where you rode fucking horses everywhere. Like it just didn't strike me.
I got a
But I
snake in
will
my
say,
boot.
once I started playing it, it was a really solid game. One of the best games I played.
I love Red Dead.
It
As I
was
said, I love the game. I don't think I would
boring.
want a movie. And they're making a second one, so that's good.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see.
That was boring.
Pro Rapper the Rapper is a kid's show.
TV show, cartoon, or something.
Like a kid's show. Like
You're reaching out now.
I don't know if I can see Bachelor Rap as a kid show.
What about Castlevania?
it's Dracula.
There's a Dracula TV show coming out. It's called Dracula.
They should not do that.
They are.
Just in advance. But I don't know. Castlevania would be a pretty decent movie if they
It'd
do
be
the new
weird.
Castlevania because they're already Konami's so locked into how they're scoping the Castlevania universe now.
Yeah.
It'd have to be.
Yeah,
based
it's
on
a
something,
complete reboot to the franchise. Quit looking around the store.
What about Sims? Let's talk about a Sims game.
I don't know. Borderlands.
How is there not a Sims movie yet? I can't believe there's not a Sims TV
Because
show
there's
or
a
movie.
real life.
Yeah.
Of life.
It's life.
But as popular as it is,
There's
I
reality
can see them
television.
doing
That's
it.
like saying that there should be a
Big Brother.
DDR game.
That's
No.
Sims.
Weren't they doing asteroids at one time or something like that?
They still are.
They did a fucking Battleship movie, so I'm not
Yeah.
surprised.
And that was good. I enjoyed it actually.
I haven't seen it.
I'm not gonna lie, I did hear from people it was pretty good. I refuse.
I enjoyed it. I mean, it was.
I'll see
You go
when
into it
Justin
like
Sad
Pacific
buys it.
Rim just to enjoy it and have fun, and I enjoyed it.
There's
Metroid-
no way that I would have fun watching a movie
Metroid.
about Battleship.
Metroid could be a good one.
Who's gonna get? Who's your Samus and why?
Scarlett Johansson, 'cause she's a hot blonde.
Saints Row.
It's simple as that.
I'm gonna say, with the theme of that '70s show, Laura Prepon or whatever her last name is, the chick that played Donna as Samus. She's
She's too big.
She's a fucking giant. She's a bounty hunter. She's a
but
badass,
no,
dude.
no, because Samus isn't supposed to be 8 foot fucking tall and built like a gorilla.
What about the
Like-
What about the chick from Castle? They could change her hair color. She's tall.
The show Castle?
Yeah.
She's ugly.
You gotta think. You're looking at Samus in the suit. You have to remember when she's out of the suit, like in titles. When
She
she's
doesn't
not a-
shrink 5 feet.
Yeah, but she's not some big Amazon.
You don't know. Did you
like-
stand next to her?
Yes, I have, Justin.
You don't know
I have
that.
a Samus display in my fucking house, actually.
I have one right there. And no,
Yeah, and you know what?
She's the size of a
taller than
5-year-old.
that. Yeah,
She's the size of a 5-year-old.
so she's bigger than Donna.
So what about the girl from Heroes, the cheerleader?
That wouldn't be bad.
not
Hayden
bad.
Panettiere or whatever.
Yeah.
She wouldn't. She'd actually be a pretty good Samus.
Yeah. Okay.
I would say that I feel appropriate with that height, build, and everything.
Saints Row.
But I still don't feel about the height because even if she wore a suit, I'm gonna be afraid of a 5'8", fucking
If
bounty
she's
hunter.
fucking shooting missiles and homing missiles and crazy energy blasts at you, you might then
No, because she wasn't above him to kick her like a soccer ball. Ding!
break your foot.
Destroyed.
I think we've gone long enough about this, and we'll save the other one for next time. So we only did one out of our two. I thought we'd go through those a lot quicker, so that was awesome. And go ahead and post on our Facebook page, or send us on a twat, or go and send us an email to Jacob. Twitter. Yeah. Send us your...
Twat us.
Yeah. Send us your games that you would like to be made into movies. Good movies, not crap like Super Mario Brothers or Dead or Alive.
I love Super Mario Brothers movie, man.
Yeah, so let's move into random games of the week. And our first one, not so random, but Jacob's playing it. Tell us about WWE 13.
I've been playing it like crazy. I found out if you set it to normal to hard, there are overall stats in the game, and they don't actually apply unless you put it on like hard. So I want to play online, so I've been wrestling people like Undertaker and CM Punk and trying to get good at it. It's a fighting game.
It's a wrestling game.
No, it's a fighting game.
No, it's a wrestling game.
You have different tiers of damage, different moves that do more damage. You have your finishing moves. You can.
That's every wrestling game, but you can't chalk them into the fighting game
Why not?
realm because there's always one character that's better than every other character.
Not necessarily. Last night,
I'm gonna say Stone
can't
Cold
see your
Steve
facial
Austin
expressions.
has been a badass in every fucking game. You know how I know? Because Brad and I played wrestling games forever as kids. Okay, and
We're not wrestling fans, but we play a shit ton of wrestling
yeah, but you're
games.
talking about old ones. I'm talking about WWE 13.
So you're gonna tell me that you want to see WWE 13 at Evo CEO?
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely not.
Because you
they're
have
not.
different characters. You have guys like The Undertaker who are strikers. You guys have guys like Daniel Bryan who are submission specialists. And he doesn't do striking and certain grapples as well as The Undertaker does.
So the other fighting games that they play they're pretty ridiculous over the top. I mean, you look at Mortal Kombat, it's ridiculous. You look at Street Fighter, they're throwing Hadoukens and Shurikens and doing, crazy backflips and Yoga Fire. You look at, Marvel vs. Capcom, you have all these superheroes and craziness and stuff. Wouldn't these games, like people sitting around watching it, they want to watch because it's fun. Wouldn't watching a wrestling game kind of be boring?
No, because there's reversals. Like I said, there's multiple teams.
I just said a guy does a Shuriken or a Hadoken, and you said there's a reversal.
It's like watching wrestling.
Reversed.
reverse.
See, you've got timing on everything. You've got strikes. You've got combos. You got all kinds of stuff. You got ways that you can use the ring.
Wouldn't MMA be more fun than to put in as a real fighting game?
That's the thing too. Is big tournaments like that 2D fighters.
Okay, let's
you
forget
see.
about
I mean,
the Evo thing. You guys are all hung up on the Evo thing.
but that's the end all be all of
You
fighting.
said it was a
I think
fighting
to this
game.
point, though, it would technically, in a sense, be like a fighting game. It's just like the UFC or MMA. You have a character, you slate out their moves. In UFC, you can have a guy that does spinning back fist, or he doesn't do spinning back fist at all. He just does Superman punch.
But the thing about it
Spec him
is,
out. So I mean, it's in the same.
but you don't
thing.
spec
but
Ryu.
It's not
You don't
Street Fighter.
yeah,
Yeah, but
you
that's,
don't-
You can actually
yeah, but the
spec
thing
your guys
is
in
to say it's not a
13.
fighting game is.
yeah, that's what I'm
Like
saying.
Tekken,
Like,
I don't spec Tekken, but on the flip side of Tekken, I don't fucking shoot Hadoukens out of my asshole either, because I
Exactly.
actually whip your ass, because they actually fight in that game. That's my only gripe, because if you want to get in a real sense, Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter kind of kiss my ass, because they ain't really fighting games. They're just power spamming move games, where people just shoot power moves for 37 hours, connect it to other power moves, and then call it combos. And that is the basics of it,
and there are combos in WWE 13.
with the exception of
and
parrying and countering. I parried your move. Now I
And
shoot my
there's-
Hadouken back at you.
There's stuff that make it, like Punk, for instance. You can, if I beat you up, and I get you pretty bad, and you start to make a comeback, I can do what's called a leverage pin, or to pin you really quick, and I could win that way. Because then, in order to get up a pin, you have a meter, and it's going back and forth, and you have to stop it on a certain point. When you do the leverage pin, it makes that smaller, makes it harder to hit.
Do you think this game is just catered towards wrestling fans like yourself? Like, when I pick this up and I actually have fun with it,
I don't know. I think
or is it fan service?
I
It's
think
not
it's
fan
more
service.
fan service than anything.
It's a wrestling game. What do you think on that one? It's meant for wrestling fans. The flip side, though, is like I got to give him the credit on it because I'm not a big wrestling person. I do enjoy wrestling games because the plots to them are usually kind of entertaining. It's like watching wrestling minus having to watch wrestling, getting to play it. It's a little bit more entertaining.
I'll get that.
My reason I don't play as much wrestling games is I don't like how the controls have gotten. But I've heard nothing but good things on WWE 13. I know it's the one where they brought back the Attitude Era, which was my own personal favorite wrestling time frame, because that's Stone Cold, Rock, all that shit. That was the stuff I love.
And like I said, with some of the characters, even then, and it probably happens now. There's characters you get hit once, you're fucking done.
Will put you to sleep.
Done.
The Undertaker, when he hits you, when you hold down B and he hits you, you go down. But if I'm Punk and I reverse it and I hit you with a neck breaker, it's just as bad. I have to watch for you to throw that big punch or that big boot and reverse it, because you have to time your reversals.
But do you really think these games are up to par with Mortal Kombat, Soul Calibur, these
Possibly,
really big fighters?
They could be. Currently, a little bit, maybe, if people could get into it.
See, the thing for me is like these games, you get a new wrestling game every year. Mm-hmm. You don't get a new Soul Calibur. You don't get a new Mortal Kombat. These games take so much more to make, and they seem more simplistic, but I don't
think they take more to make as much as I think the developers are half-assing most of the time. Like Capcom,
well, 2K's making
we've seen 37 Street Fighters for the new gen consoles, but it's just literally, we're going to add arcade, super arcade edition. Now we're going to do ultra super arcade edition.
It's just ultra.
Just make a new fucking game. Just make a new game. And on top of the fact, they're not even really doing that much as we're going to take the characters we already made for Street Fighter Cross Tekken, add them to this old school game that we already fucking made, add some new levels that aren't even new because they're the levels from Street Fighter Cross Tekken as well, and say it's a bunch of new content. Whoa, Capcom. You need to jerk off someone else on this one, because it's not new content. It's the same.
But they did the same thing
shit
since Super Nintendo. Street Fighter 2 Turbo was the fifth installment.
And that is my biggest bitch about their franchise. It's hard to say we do new installments. And not really. You just kind of sell me the same regurgitated shit.
But it's kind of like their version of a patch. Essentially, you get new stuff. It's still the same game.
So I'm supposed to pay $40 for a patch.
It's actually a $20 patch. If you want the download is like $20. If you want a physical copy because you don't own other Street Fighter games, then you spend $40.
All right, tell me about Tokyo Jungle.
Crazy arcade game that they released over in Japan. It finally came stateside, I want to say like a year and a half ago. Gist of it is post-apocalyptic world. Humans just died off. They don't really tell you it's like zombies or anything eccentric or amazing like that. Just humans aren't around. The jungle has started to reclaim, or nature has started to reclaim Tokyo. The gist of the game when you start playing it is you start out as either a Pomeranian or deer, and depending on those two that you start off of, it literally depends on how your game plays, because there are herbivores and there are carnivores. Obviously, the deer doesn't eat other animals; it eats plants. The Pomeranian, because I haven't played as much as the deer, I know the deer you eat plants, you avoid a lot of confrontation because obviously you don't want to fucking try to fight an alligator and stuff like that. But I played a lot as the Pomeranian the other day because it's too hysterical. That, and it's kind of hard to unlock the other stuff. Like, you have to do certain challenges to unlock other animals to play the game as. The Pomeranian, though, the funniest thing about it is there's like a stealth mechanic where you can hide in tall grass. And certain enemies, when you come up on them, like other smaller animals that the Pomeranian could kill, when you walk up on them, because it's a very dominating game. Like, you take over territories in Japan, and once you take over the territories, you can mate, have fucking litters of animals, all that craziness. The thing that killed me for it was that you hide in the tall grass of the Pomeranian, and certain animals that you can kill in one attack, or pretty much any animal that you get the stealth drop on, there will be like teeth marks, and they go from really white fuzzy red to like this dark red, and when it's dark red you hit R1, and that's your prime chance to pounce on something. If you can kill it in one bite, you'll kill it. You'll like literally yoke it up and like shake it a little bit. It's a Pomeranian. It is the funniest shit in the world to see.
What are you playing this on?
PS3, PlayStation only.
PlayStation Plus?
Yes. PlayStation, no. I bought the, I'll get to that part.
Okay.
But it's a PlayStation game, network game. You can kill stuff, you eat it, and you actually gain rank. Like, you gain more as a hunter, more dominance. Like I said, you take over areas. I took over a couple different, like, blocks. As I kept progressing forward as my Pomeranian, killing everything that I came across. Beagles, deer, rabbits, chickens. Everything I came across, I ate. Just because I thought it was hysterical to kill it as a Pomeranian. And there is a combat. Their combat, square and triangle, you swipe with the paws, the square, triangle bites. If you do enough combos, you can hit R1 and you'll literally do the throat chomp pounce and just put stuff down.
As a Pomeranian.
As a Pomeranian, son. And the funny thing is like, weight matters. Like, if it's a chicken, your Pomeranian can kind of pick it up and drag it off to somewhere. You can go hide in the grass and eat it. But if it's bigger than the Pomeranian, it can't move it. So you have to eat it on the spot. The part that I died at with my Pomeranian now is I took over my third district area, and there's this huge-ass crocodile. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, all right, there's a crocodile. I need to get past it to get to the last point to take over this zone. So I hid in the bushes. I jumped out, I bit it once, and I ran back to the bushes. Because if you can get back to hiding before they realize where you came from, because like they have to see you, so if it's not in its field of vision, it's alligator, so it doesn't do a 180 really fast. It's like kind of real based in that sense. Alligator turns around, is looking for me, goes walking past the tall grass where I was at, so I run over, take the point. And I'm like, all right, seeing I saved, I'm going to fuck up that alligator now. I sat there for 5 minutes hiding in the bushes, just randomly jumping out, pouncing on this alligator, doing critical hits, and just picking its life apart. I got it down to a quarter of a bar, and it finally saw me jump out and attack it. It ate my ass in one fell swoop, dude. It was so awesome, though. Downside is, died, literally had to start over. Regardless of the fact I'd saved, it chalks it up, it runs through a whole credit scene, tallies up your scores, this, and this, and
what's the point of saving?
Character. It's so if you want to stop playing and go do something, you can come back. But if your character actually dies, it is over.
So do you get to choose another Pomeranian or another deer?
No, you come back and you play another Pomeranian, plays a deer. I didn't know, like I said, I haven't unlocked any of the other animals. I've been wanting to play Tokyo Jungle for a very long time. I know there's all sorts of DLC that you can buy for it, where you can get like velociraptors and all sorts of crazy shit. It's only like $6 for all the DLC characters, so I'll probably be buying that tonight. Microtransaction PlayStation Network's gonna get you on that one. But $6.
It's free to play?
Free. No. I bought the game. There's a Best of PlayStation Arcade right now out. It usually runs $40. Most places have it on sale right now for $20. It comes with Fat Princess, Tokyo Jungle, Go Defend Vikings, or Go Vikings Defend, or something like that, and Sound System or System Sound. I don't know what the sound game is. I really don't know what the Viking game is. I mainly bought it to play Fat Princess in Tokyo Jungle. I always heard Fat Princess was really cool, so I'll probably talk about that next week.
So you bought this as a package deal?
Yes, it was 4 games on one disc. You literally install it into your system. They only play if you have the disc, though. I was kind of heartbroken.
So you didn't buy this online?
No, you can. Tokyo Jungle runs $14.99 for the network download. Like I said, I highly recommend it. If you like weird, like survival-esque type games, it does have a story mode. I didn't mess with the story mode because I was just too happy killing shit with a Pomeranian. But like I said, I really recommend it. I really can't complain. I picked it up for $10 as well because of coupons and whatnot. But
all right, well, if you want to have some fun killing things with a Pomeranian, go get Tokyo Jungle. Let's talk about God Eater.
God Eater Burst. It was a PSP game, but PlayStation Plus gave it to me for free. Played it on my Vita. Very weird, kind of like a knockoff Monster Hunter. It feels.
That's what I felt like playing it.
Yeah, it was. It has a multiplayer aspect. It's local multiplayer. You can't play it online. It's pretty fun though. I enjoy it. Like, you have a weapon, and it's called a God Arc, and it has like pretty much like a little monster that lives inside of it. If you hold Y after you knock down another monster, a giant head comes out of it and
Triangle.
you eat.
We're playing on the Vitas.
Whatever. Triangle, Y, whatever it is. And when you take a bite out of a monster, you get materials to make other swords and other stuff like that. And then it gives you kind of like a limit breaker where you're faster, you're stronger.
And your sword can turn into a gun.
Yeah, you press R1, I guess you'd call it.
Yeah.
R1, and your gun will flip on the fly on what you want to do. And you can have different type of bullets, ice, fire, electric. And depending what type of monster it is, I can't remember what they're called, the actual monsters. We'll do different
gods.
Well, no, there's something like Armagamis or some shit like that.
Origamis, because they can be killed or something.
It's a weird like genetic
There's
mutation.
a whole story.
Yeah, big story behind it. You can have up to, I think, like it's like 5 or 6 people per party, and you can have characters you've made or NPCs that play with you, and you can buff each other, heal each other while you play. It's pretty fun. Yeah, you mind balls.
Buff the shit out of people, man.
You buff the shit out of it.
Justin was buffing me.
Imson and I played a little bit of it. He didn't really care much for it. It's kind of weird because it's a PSP transfer, so you don't get the same type of camera control because being the PSP, you didn't have the other right stick. You can map the button to use the right stick so you can do the camera that way. It wasn't too bad. I had a blast playing it. It does get to the point where it almost gets too hard without a party. I've done, I'd say, about 15 missions, and the one I'm on is just an absolute pain in the ass. It takes me, seriously, 15 minutes to kill a monster by myself.
Yeah, the weapons just were over the top ridiculous. I mean, you're standing there holding your sword, and it makes Cloud's sword look small.
Yeah.
The swords are like 12 feet long. It's really pretty. I mean, even for maybe because we're playing on the Vita, it looks really good. I couldn't believe it was a PSP game. I thought it was a Vita game. The voice acting is hit or miss.
Yeah, it depends on what character's talking. If it'll actually follow with the mouth that's moving.
Sometimes it's awful voice acting, and sometimes it was pretty good. Sometimes it's just funny. We thought it was interesting that you get to pick a voice for your character, and you don't ever really talk.
No, you don't talk, but you'll make a sound like, "Oh, okay, let's go do this" in the beginning of the mission, and that's it.
Okay, that's all you do. It was kind of funny, but
your emotes. If you wave, we're over here.
Well, it doesn't even do that because you hit on the D-pad, and he'll just wave, and that's it. Like, he won't say "hey" or anything like that.
Yeah,
he'll wave.
And you can move your head down. You can move. Yeah, you can wag your head.
Hey, you guys.
So it's free. You know.
Yeah, it was free. It's pretty fun.
Was free. It's not now.
I'm saying it was free for us.
Yeah.
So I think that if
it's still in there. I checked it today.
Should be, as far as I know, it all came down. They updated. I thought either.
No, well, I checked my Vita today because I was actually talking to Chris that has a Vita also. I was like, "Have they updated PlayStation?" He said they should have. I checked it, and it's still on there.
So as of August 11th, maybe tonight you'll be able to not get it anymore. But if you want to try it out, go get God Eater. Definitely check out Tokyo Jungle if you can get that cheap. And if you love wrestling, get WWE 13 because you need to get jacked up for
WWE 14.
Woohoo! More wrestling. And with that, guys, say goodnight.
Warrior, bitches.
See ya.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.